Well, today I got a broken thermostat. See how here when I'm on cool, it should be registering over here the set temperature and give us option for going down, going up. Works on heat, but no cool. And it's already set to the correct jumper for electric. Got this little jumper pin. So it's not that. As I have hydronic heating, which is electric. But anyway, time for a new thermostat. This one's just not working. So to get the bottom off, we just lift off in that bottom tab. It's also where we can change the batteries and all that. The thermostat I'm replacing it with is a little bit different profile. But this should work out good because I've got this little plate here. That'll work good. Be able to change it out easy enough. Got my drill today, speed things up a little. Okay, on my system I've got the blue wire going to the G, yellow to Y, W to W, white to W, and then my hots are jumpered, red cold, red hot. Fairly simple, obviously mimicking exactly what I have here. Same deal. So there we go. And I'll avoid my wires touching to keep them from turning on. These are low voltage. This is a 24 volt thermostat. Most residential systems you'll find out there are a 24 volt thermostat. And now for the new one. I guess it'd be nice if I could find the same profile thermostat, because then I could just change the top, not need to change the base and redo it, but no biggie here. I'll do it. Change it out. And we just kind of put this in here. Okay. Got a little bag of batteries and screws, mollies. I've got a 2x4 right behind my deal, so I don't think I really need the mollies. And some of these are pretty sensitive about the screw ports, so I'm just going to be doing this one by hand. Obviously the old one I didn't care about too much, so I just got my W, my Y, my B, mine, the blue one goes to the G. I have no reversing valve, so I don't need the O. Okay. So now what we need to do is find a good place to run our screws through to mount the base. Okay. And tricky part on this one is this bottom set right here, because a regular screw head won't fit through there, and I don't want to put pressure on that board. So let's try the screw that came with the pack. See if that'll fit through. Yeah, that fits through perfectly. Okay. Only little deal there is my screwdriver won't fit through there, but I'll just do that one by hand. No big deal. Okay. And what else? We got our batteries. I'm going to go ahead and put the batteries in down here. Batteries, we've got this little battery remover ribbon, so we can stick that under the first battery. There we go. And that'll make that nice and easy for the future. Okay, the other little slightly tricky part is they want to put this sticker telling you about the jumper right across the deal, which I already understand that. My red wire gets a jumper. Okay. And what else? Now we're going to want to feed our wires through. So I'm just going to straighten them out so I can get them through nice and easy. Kind of put them all together. Oop, I don't really want them to touch yet. And this I just may kind of use my pliers to pull it through. Okay, now we're in good there. Okay, and we'll set our deal in a good spot where it's nice and level. Grab my drill for the first one. Okay. Let's go with the second one. Okay, that one I'll need to follow up with my screwdriver a little thinner so I can get in there. This one I'll balance it out, make it nice and level. There we go on that side. There we go on this side, nice and strong. Okay, now we just need to run our wiring. So we've got W going to white, which is right up here. Looks like the end of this one is about ready to break off, so I'll just finish that so we can start with a perfect size little lead here. Now I use my pliers, move that up and in. And there we go. Now we don't want the wires to touch because that'll turn things on. And nice and snug is good. Don't need to over tighten it. We will need access to this clean port, so I'm just going to move that over like so. Okay. And now we've got our cold and hot for the red wire. And it's shared with the jumper, so it brings power to both sides. This wire is a little long, so I'm going to trim that off. And get up under there. There we go. We're in Looking good there. And you can run the wire to either side because the jumper brings it to the other one. Okay, kind of fold my wires out of my way so I can get to my blue wire goes to my G spot. And that's just my setup. Your system may be slightly different. If you have a heat pump, the O is for the reversing valve. Mine, I've got traditional AC units here. And it looks like my air conditioner's wanting to turn on as I'm tightening this one down. But maybe I just touched a couple of the wires. No big deal. Okay, final one. It's the Y here. I'm going to trim this edge off. I don't need that much wire. Okay, we're in there. Okay, and we're in there. Now this particular one, it's got a setup for electric and gas, so you want to watch for that switch. Mine's electric, so I'm going to move it over to electric. Okay, now we're all set for our cover. There we go. And now we can go to off. Now we can go to cool and auto, or we can go into our program mode. We go to our time. Time right now is 12:19 p.m. So, go time. Okay, 12. I think we just hit our time button again. And we go 15 or 19. Okay. 12:20. Okay. And today's Tuesday. Oops. I think there we go. Go up to Tuesday. There we go. It's probably not going to come through that well on the camera, but I tried anyway. Okay, so now we're going to go into our program mode, and then we actually have to go into our cool settings. So I'm going to go ahead and turn the unit on, and I can make it turn on by dropping the temperature. It's 77, and manually you can use the hold button. So now once I push hold, it'll keep it at that temperature. There about has a little bit of a threshold where it might drop it to 76 before it kicks on, and it might go up above, like it might go to 78, it might kick on. Might not kick right on at 77.5, you know, but then it'll cool it down to like a degree or so below your set temperature. Just so you understand, it has a little bit of a threshold there where it goes over or under the temperature. That way it doesn't short cycle the system. Okay, so now I'm going to go into the program mode. And we show every day of the week. Right now we're at 78. I'm going to bring that to 80 every day of the week, and then I'll hit program. That's Monday through Friday. Okay. And then at 5 p.m. We're going to be at 80. And you can change any of these times and settings. So for now I'm just going to put it at 80 across the board. That way people can just use the hold setting, but this doesn't throw them way off, so they're, you know, boiling by accident every time it goes into the default temperature. If you don't use the hold button, it'll revert back to whatever the set temperature is after 20 minutes, and that's why I'm programming this to 80 across the board. Okay. Now everything's at 80. I can hit run and we're good to go. And then you can switch it over to the heat and do the same thing for the heat side. But anyway, that's how to change a thermostat. We're all in. We're all good to go. One other thing you should know when changing the set temperatures, when changing the set temperatures for air conditioning, it sometimes has a 5-minute delay to kick in. You'll see this snowflake blinking. And the 5 minutes is to protect the compressor, so the compressor doesn't start again in a pressurized state. It allows the pressures to equalize, because the compressor can actually overheat, pull too many amps, blow the fuses, blow the breaker, all sorts of stuff. So to protect the compressor, the thermostat has a 5-minute delay built in on the cooling side, so it just protects the compressor by waiting 5 minutes before it kicks on. It's can seem annoying if you're trying to change the temperature, but it is necessary, a necessary function to keep everything going for the long haul. Good to go. That's how to change the thermostat.